when the going gets tough, only the tough gets going. At the war front, the issue of the Russia and Ukraine seems to escalate. There was a news we got around 2:20, 2 o'clock, saying that Russian calls for all Ukraine forces to immediately lay down arms. In fact, we were long on HDFC Life, and suddenly the same started moving down. You see, most of the stocks, Hindustan Unilever, even HDFC, which had started to move up slowly towards one 375, yes, 78 was the high, and then it quickly moved down towards 1320 levels. Yesterday we were mentioning that we can expect HDFC Bank 1290 as an entry for a target of 1550 to 690 for in the next 4 to 5 months. Having said that, just wanted to also possibly have a look at India VIX in the next 2-3 days, as we are seeing slow and steady rise in India VIX from the last 2 days, and the premiums may start getting wider. What are we expecting for tomorrow? Bank Nifty futures, as per the data, what we see is that there is a possibility that market can open gap up, and if it is able to sustain above 36,500 levels above, we can easily see 37,000. Next 2-3 days, it depends on how the operators take the market. We can see bullishness only above 37,400 levels, and currently still the bears are looking very strong. And in Nifty futures also above 17,200 levels, if we are able to 17,120 to 17,200 levels, if we are able to sustain, then possibility we may see 17,400 coming in. Our current resistance seems to be around 1730. With the data what we have analyzed, the operators may try to open the market gap up. If they sustain and the bulls come back, then we can see 17,220 tomorrow. We are of the view that 17,750 to 800 needs to be tested in the couple of days time, and then maybe hopefully if the market can sustain, then we see 17,950, else we can see 16,800 levels in the coming days. Couple of stocks which we want you all to observe, and maybe if the market is good, you can think of going long as UPL. UPL we see a very strong possibility that it can bounce back towards 840 to 900 levels. Though there seems to be a slight attempt to 780 levels to be tested. The other stock which you want us to keep in mind is Apollo Hospitals, which has been slowly and steadily moving up from last 2-3 days. If you see, it attempted to move down, it made a low of almost 4,450, and then we are seeing it heading towards 4,862. If it moves in strongly tomorrow, then possibly we can see 5,000 to 5,200 in the next 10-15 days or so. ICICI Bank also has been showing strength, though the market has fallen or is pretty weak. It has been sustaining, and if you see, the trend has been pretty up. Tomorrow, if ICICI Bank sustains above 764, then we may expect 775 to 785 levels. Tata Steel also, which was pretty moving well. In fact, I think today it opened a gap up and headed 1366. However, about after 10 o'clock, there was a retracement. It tested it filled in the gap, in fact, and towards 2 o'clock, even this stock fell. So the issue of war or the tensions between Ukraine, Russia is still pretty strong, and there is still fear in the market. Today, in fact, FIs have again sold about 6,000 crores. Hindalco, as we had expected, is pretty low, and it's coming at 540. The next next price what we may see is around 520 levels coming in, or even 500 is what we see. The only stock probably which sustained and pulled the market was Reliance, very strongly from 2,550. It went to 653. Even the good results of Mindtree has not taken. In fact, it opened, I think, gap up, made a high of almost 4,080, and went deep red, close to about 600 points, towards 3,570. If you see the daily charts, it seems to create a triple bottom. So one may take a slight risk of buying my entry only maybe in the equity front tomorrow at these levels, and keep a stop loss of 3490, and if it is able to sustain, then we can see 4800 levels coming in. The other stock which we want you to watch and maybe look at buying is Laurus Lab. Laurus Lab is actually slightly on the range bound side for a couple of days. There has been a strong consolidation, and there was a move up, breaking in the previous day's high. It went around 620 and then moved up. So if it is able to sustain above 580, one may buy for a target of 700 levels in a couple of weeks. Tata Power, as we expected, has become weak. It is not sustained above our levels of 260, and today it made a low of around 242. We may see further downtrend towards 220 to 30, and whoever have missed to buy Tata Power from a long-term perspective may look at accumulating at these prices. The other stock which we were keen on and spoke on the previous video is Gujarat State Fertilizer. There has been strong buying on this stock from last 2 days. It has sustained 160 levels. So hopefully, if it is able to sustain this and 185, we can look at this stock, expect this stock to move towards 220 levels. One may look at Canfin Homes if able to buy and hold for a long-term perspective for a possible target of 800 in 6 months from now. Some of the pharma stocks I would like to look at is Sun Pharma. Sun Pharma, if you see, is also looks to consolidate. If it is able to sustain about 950, then we can easily expect Sun Pharma to head towards 1100 to 200 levels, which is the all-time highs. Yes. So thank you for your views. Thank you for your feedbacks. We are definitely working on them. We would be very happy if you can share this channel with your friends, and we currently have about 250 subscribers. If you're able to scale up to around 400, we would be sharing one more video of how to look at charts, analyze, and how does volumes, others factors, maybe even speak about some of the indicators, the pros and cons, which is the best indicator, best indicator, of course, all know is everybody speaks about is price action. So we can have a talk about it, a small view of how to analyze. So please help us this channel to grow. Let's look at heading around 500. Meanwhile, we should also look at the US stocks, which is seems to be moving well. Nasdaq has moved around 2% today, so which is a good thing for all of us. And possibly we can see 15,000, then maybe if the fear of war and other things are, which is very very important for the investors, then we may look at 15,600 levels coming in. We suggest the investors to hold on to good stocks and start accumulating HDFC Bank, HDFC. We had HDFC Live, but then today seems to suddenly drop. We were expecting 720 to come in, the way it was moving in the last couple of days. Nevertheless, I'm sure it will strongly bounce back. Be bold. The only other possibility is that you can hedge. If somebody has huge quantities of equity, one may look at present levels, and if the stock is looking weak, you can always hedge with futures. And please do contact us for to understand how to hedge and what levels we can look at. Thank you for now. Good day.